Good evening, everybody. Actually, I feel like it's still the evening. I will say good morning, everybody, on this side of the equator. We go ahead and get everything situated real quick. So, good morning and welcome to my new segment. Didn't put the title up, but it's called America Unfiltered. As the federal government shuts down stretches into its second month, a perfect storm of economic despair and social division is brewing onto our streets and screens. Imagine this: 42 million Americans, working parents, seniors, and children who rely on SNAP benefits, the lifeline once known as food stamps, staring down empty pantries come November 1st. The USDA warns that $8 billion in aid could vanish without warning. Go ahead, turn this down. This music's kind of loud. This music's a little bit loud. Okay. Without warning, forcing impossible choices between groceries and rent in what experts are calling the greatest hunger crisis since the Great Depression. The Guardian states are scrambling with lawsuits and emergency funds for too many. But for too many, the math doesn't add up, ladies and gentlemen, especially in communities already battered by cuts from the one big beautiful act that we've stated, but I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that once you cut black families off, you cut a lot of people dependent on Uncle Sam and not their own work, ingenuity, and prowess to work. A bunch of lazy people may be able to get off their asses, to be honest. But there are unfortunate people who are disabled. I can definitely understand that. My mom was deaf. Like I said, but for too many, the math doesn't add up, especially in communities already battered by these cuts I was talking about, which are slated to be 187 million, I think, from the government program to 2034, I think. And that's from CNN.com. Amid the scramble for survival, yet another exhaustion is echoing louder. What am I alluding to? Black fatigue. What began as a raw cry from Black Americans, the bone-deep weariness of enduring the microaggressions, systemic barriers, and generational trauma has been twisted online into a weaponized complaint. To me, I think it's a valid complaint. The Black community has been the most racist towards other communities, more often than whites, actually, in my opinion. In 2025, social media surges with posts from all corners venting frustration over crime, cultural clashes, and calls for accountability within Black communities. Often faced with stereotypes, they ignore root causes like, poverty, underfunded schools, things like this, right? The issue that we have is TikTok decrying ghetto behavior, YT fatigue, and retaliation. The term has morphed into a flashpoint, hitting internal reckoning against external blame in a society tired of pretending that these planes don't intersect. Today, we will dive deep into how a funding freeze could amplify racial inequities and why fatigue is fracturing our national conversation, and what voices on the ground, from food bank line to protest chants, are we demanding to hear? We'll hear that and more as you stay with us on the issues of Black fatigue and the growing economic struggles of food stamp crisis in EBT as we continue.
we cannot allow as a country, but more broadly as humanity, we cannot allow people to be dehumanized, because what it does is it opens up viciousness. Because if they're not seen as human beings, then whatever you do against them can be justified. And no one is going to convince me what the Trump administration is doing against black people and brown people can ever be justified.
And the sad thing is, people will believe this. Who voted for this guy? Seriously, who? This guy uses race politics and plays the race card every time I see him on TV or YouTube or anywhere else for that matter. It's time to prosecute Brandon Johnson just for all the lies that this guy tells. This doesn't make any sense. What he's referring to, which is crazy, what he's referring to is a video where they're posting where a black police officer and a small child was being arrested, but it's being taken out of context because this was a father playing with his child in this video, telling him that he's under arrest. I've seen this video many times, and Brandon Johnson is blowing this up. This is the buffoonery that we have in Chi-Town. Ridiculous. Which, I mean, I could see another defamation lawsuit coming right away. Is this guy effing serious?
It is racist. When you bombard into people's homes in the middle of the night and you take black babies out of their bed and you zip tie them, that's sick. That's what Dr. King, I'm going to answer the question. That's what Dr. King described as militarism. No, you had a full conclave of questions. Very professorial.
Willie Wilson.
Okay.
Him being blocked from giving seniors at their convenience food and voter registration, and also abridging his First Amendment rights. And that we can't not believe that the Illinois political establishment didn't have anything to do with him being the only person cut from the list of witnesses to testify in front of the judiciary.
All right. So
just when Chicago thought it couldn't get any worse than Lightfoot, this guy stepped in and said, "Hold my beer." What an atrocious claim. I mean, can this guy get arrested for defamation of character? Who knows? I don't know. But I do think he needs to be arrested for his issues pushing back against the Trump administration. We've had 18 deaths in Chicago. Last weekend alone, 4 injured from shooting. Yet he still wants ICE-free zones in his community. The blacks are railing against him. I mean, the Democrats, they believe everything else. Why shouldn't they believe all this BS too coming out of his mouth? What a clown show.
for the nastiness and the racist, let me finish that point, is that when you have black babies being thrown in the back of vans, zip tied in the middle of the night, and masked men sticking guns in the faces of black and brown people, that is nasty, is vicious, is racist. Dr. King described it as an evil. Militarism and that formation is an evil.
The problem with this is, and I understand some people think that he is for real. He believes he's for real. Like I said, he was referring to earlier the kid getting arrested. That was a father playing with his son saying you're under arrest, which was taken way out of context. To me, like I said, the Democrats believe everything that this guy's saying. Trust and believe that if this was the case and this was true, there would be such a huge outcry if this was true that there would be rioting and looting and protest in Chicago over this. This is why you can't believe this guy's crap and BS happening right now on the screen. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to show what his compadre in Chicago also utters as well, too. I mean, does he mean human trafficking raids where children might be rescued in the middle of the night? Oh, no, the children aren't the ones being zip tied unless it's being done by the adults abusing them and they found this happening. But this isn't happening at all. See the super chats happening. But here's the thing, though. Buddha, you can send a super chat, I think, and test out the system to see if it works. I believe I recently just got monetized. So instead of doing the Cash App sign-in thing, you can send a super chat. Maybe that'll work. Let's test out. Matter of fact, whoever sends the first super chat, I'm going to leave the super chat in the background for a month to celebrate as a congratulatory usher into me being able to get super chatted for once in my damn life on this channel. This is awesome. Brandon Johnson is one R-tarded person. It's so sad that people vote for people like him. And we're going to continue. He lets people get graped on the sidewalk and then get bailed out by cashless bail. Yes, this happens in Brandon Johnson's Chi-Town. This doesn't make any sense. They should zip tie him and throw him in the back of a van. He's absolutely useless. I'm going to continue right now.
So, Mayor Brandon Johnson, look up here. Look up here. Look up here. You got a real South Shore resident of 63 years up here. Not no paid protester. Not somebody that's paid with a 501c3. You got a real live.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can put a super chat tab on there. I see that you guys can't see that. I got to figure out how to make this work. We're definitely going to figure this out. It's going to happen. Omni Man, aka Omni Future. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it a lot, man. I'm going to sound super racist right now, but I am black, so I can say this. They can't say that I'm racist because white people can't speak up on this according to the black community. Because if they do, they're automatically racist. They hate black people. They want to be supremacists, all this other stuff. But guess what? I'm going to speak up on this bullshit that's happening right now. Just like this black woman who's very based that's speaking against Brandon Johnson. Let's continue.
South Shore resident at this mic. Now what you're going to do for the citizens of South Shore and the black people of Chicago, you're going to stop with all this fake black facade you're doing. You're going to stop that. Because first of all, you're going to deal with the fact that word on the street is you're a Haitian. And if that be the case...
This woman sounds like an American patriot. And she doesn't look like one. She looks like the usual suspects. But guess what? She sounds very based right now. She's calling him out on his bull crap. And I totally agree with this. She brought up the fact that he's Haitian because he's protecting illegal Haitians. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Saying ICE is protecting black citizens when they're really looking for illegal Haitians and other illegal immigrants that are trying to blend into the hood. I need these people to really think right now because they're not thinking. This doesn't really make any sense. Even the black people of Chicago are railing against Brandon Johnson, and it's about damn freaking time that this happens. We're coming for these seats. That's what I would say if I was her as well, too. Damn right she's pissed, and she's justified for saying this.
That explains a lot. But if you're not, we're going to dethrone this self-acclamation you gave yourself at that Black Caucus thing, where you said that you're the freest black man in America right now. I dare you insult black men like that.
Damn. I mean, here's the thing, though. She brought the fire. She's amazing. If she run for city, she'd run for city better than some of these sellouts like Brandon Johnson. Damn. The utmost respect. It's about time black Americans realized they were getting used. She's definitely speaking the truth here.
You're on Ballcraft from that. You're sitting here talking against Trump, trying to make him look this way or that way, when we right here this morning saw you misuse the police department to violate our rights as citizens. Right? You told them that they cannot participate in getting these illegal immigrants while you sat up here and misrepresented that raid on South Shore Drive like black people was getting beat up and all that over there. You know that's a lie.
She didn't even skip a beat or hold back in the least. God bless this woman for speaking the truth. And God bless America, people. Damn, I just got goosebumps and chills from that speech. Rock on. People are now realizing they've been lied to for 50 years. Democrats have always been the KKK folks. Oh, they're going to get pissed when they hear this. It's true. Look at your cities. Look at your wallet. Look at all the free stuff that people get being cut off next month on the 1st. It's meant to quiet you liberals and shut you up so you don't talk. Dependent on a system. You're doing this to yourself and burying your own grave. It's meant to subdue you and keep you down because you're doing it to yourself. That's right. God bless this woman and God bless America.
I live over there, and black people over there, we kicking in and we chilling because I ain't looking for us. And you know they're not. They're coming to get what we asked our president to do, and that was to engage in mass deportation, to get these illegals out of our country. Right. We are coming for them seats. Do you understand?
Say it loud. American citizens are taking back this fucking country. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. Far too many times have I seen black people not on social media turning conservative, but being used by the system that subjugates themselves because they're doing it to themselves. Like I said, white people can't speak on this because they're told that they'll be racist if they speak on this. But when black people speak on this, oh, you hate your mom and you hate your own skin. If nobody can check black people like Brandon Johnson playing race politics, then who can? Like I said, it doesn't matter the color of your skin. What matters is your allegiance to the American flag in the country. And unless you love this country, you have no right to be any kind of political office. Brandon Johnson should not be in office. It's for the American people who are for the American people who love our country. Otherwise, get the hell out of the office, Brandon Johnson.
Understand that. And while you got these people up in here acting like they pro-police, if they really was about the police, against the police, whatever the case may be, they deal with that Laquan McDonald Act so that we can get y'all up out of that seat. Yeah, you wipe your face. Yeah? You wipe your face because you're probably out breaking out in the sweat. Let me tell you something. We coming for them seats. And at first, I said it to you. Then it spread it to city council. But now you're going to mess with the black people of America and American citizens by being a fraud and showing the Democratic Party by how lousy they really are. Black people in America, American citizens, y'all say it along with me. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. The Democratic Party, we're putting y'all on alert. All across of America. That's right. We're coming for them seats.
Damn. You know, I don't even know what to say. I mean, because I knew it. She accused him of being Haitian. But I think that's because he's protecting illegal Haitians in the city. A lot of people work with Haitians out there in Chicago. And yeah, I said Brandon Johnson gives Haitian or Jamaican vibes when it comes to this stuff, if I can use a liberal term. Look into history. See history repeating itself. Get him the hell out of here. This woman's speaking her truth and speaking her mind. This is what a patriot sounds like. Although she looks like one of the usual suspects, I can't lie, but it's absolute honesty coming out of her mouth.
That's right.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That's crazy. Rarely do we ever hear any time in American politics or anybody speaking up from this black community railing against black people because you'll be known as a traitor. But she sees past this. I used to be a liberal at one time until my eyes were open. Then I realized I was the one holding myself back and I was my own worst enemy. When black people start waking up like this and stop believing all the liberal bull crap, they'll start changing America for the better. Instead of being the EBT community. Here we go. You guys already know. We're on to the next craziness. Oh God, this is insane. This is what the IQ of 30 looks like. I can actually explain a little bit more than this, but we'll continue.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Somalia. Somalia.
The fact that you're waving this flag on U.S. soil is insane. Candidate Omar Fateh waves a foreign flag and pledges loyalty to Somalia and speaks to voters to Somalia at a local rally in the United States. This is happening on U.S. soil. This is insane. Am I going crazy here, or is the West being infiltrated by these buffoons here? This guy, aka look at me, I am the captain now over here. The disrespect is real.
Iran State. Ma'awisle. Ma'awisle. Early voting hadda illa November.
It is impossible for him, if he is elected, to take the oath of office if he is not loyal to the United States. But the BS we've allowed in the last administration before this shows that it is possible, because they'll allow anything if we allow it ourselves. This is mind-boggling that people keep voting for him. When people tell you what they are up to, believe them. I mean, how are people allowing this to happen? This is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling indeed. We need a new law that you have to be an American-born citizen to have any role in government. Any role. Sounds crazy, I know. Arnold Schwarzenegger would have never had a role in the governor of California, but this is crazy. I'm going to say this. I think that you should be born in the United States to have any role in government. You should have stake in the game, be an American-born citizen. And whether or not this prevented another Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever the hell, like, this is crazy. Stop electing these people. They do not believe in America. Obama destroyed the country from within. These people are not like us. Why do we allow this? Collect and forcibly remove these people. I know this sounds extreme, but how am I wrong?
I need your vote. I need you. Hadan Udkina, hello. We're going to win.
Wasn't Joe Biden then?
Before we even enter into the next craziness, when the time has come, they will boom, boom, America in the U.S. For example, many of them said death to America. Why are they allowed on our country to even hold a position in office? What are the benefits from Al-Shabaab in Somalia that they're bringing here? What are the benefits that they're allowing here? To me, this doesn't really make any sense. Again, waving around a foreign flag in like this in America. You can't run for this country if you can't run a city. You're using a foreign flag. This is ridiculous. We should put a flamethrower to these people. Like, okay, now this is crazy. But how am I wrong? I'm sorry, but if you are not born in this country, I don't think you should be able to run for any office. Any office. All right, here we go.
Put it on him wasn't his refusal to recognize his own frailties the reason that you faced a nearly impossible task.
I ran against Donald Trump for president, and Donald Trump ran on a platform that was in large part, I believe, misrepresenting his intentions to the American people. I do believe that there are a fair number of people that voted for Donald Trump who believed him when he told them that his first priority on day one is going to be to bring down prices. And he didn't. And you combine that misrepresentation of intention with also what was at play in terms of massive amounts of mis and disinformation.
Now, forgive me.
And a
I want to
truncated calendar in terms of
yes,
the clock.
I want to interrupt you because
Yeah.
that is a world-class pivot, but it is not the question that I asked.
Damn. That's a world-class pivot. Answer the damn question, lady. How crazy. You know what? Let's go ahead and replay this. This was crazy. This lady was on Kamala's neck, and I love it. I'm here for this. Let's play this again.
Told them that his first priority on day one is going to be to bring down prices, and he didn't. And you combine that misrepresentation of intention with also what was at play in terms of massive amounts of mis and disinformation.
Now, forgive me.
And a
I want
truncated
to
calendar in terms of
yes.
the clock.
I want to interrupt you because
Yeah.
that is a world-class pivot, but it is
I had to play it again. I just had to. We dodged a major bullet with this one. Thank God this woman didn't win the presidency. I mean, she asked about Joe Biden, and the woman who's interviewing asked about Joe Biden, and Kamala went straight to Donald Trump. That's what she did. Massive pivot. A world-class pivot, quote unquote. That's what she said. Insane. She can't say anything without injecting Donald Trump's name, because Biden, to defend him, is defending the indefensible. So it's just crazy. Where was this type of journalism when it counted, when we needed it most? When these people were running for office, not when our administration is in office. Where was this journalism at when we needed it most? To combat the Bidens, the Obamas, the liberal agenda that we had. To me, it's just crazy. Who is this lady? I got to find out. She's probably one of the only few journalists left who's not been bought and paid for. Kamala Harris, all she has to do is get away with laughing and googling her way with too many serious interviews. And this interviewer was actually able to hold her accountable for all her nonsensical answers. Finally, we have an interviewer here that's putting a stop to her BS.
not the question that I asked you, which is about Joe Biden's failure to recognize his own frailties and what that did to you. The question is about Joe Biden. Are you still reluctant to criticize the former president?
In what regard, please?
Well, just in terms of that question. So you went
What
on.
exactly would you like to ask? Be more specific if you...
It's frightening and astonishing how close Kamala Harris came to becoming the leader of the free world. Absolutely astonishing and terrifying.
don't mind.
Was it Joe Biden's decision, his failure to recognize his own frailties in that position, that put you in the position that made it almost impossible to win that race?
He was not frail as president of the United States.
All right, let's check the receipts because I put the receipts in here. She said Joe Biden was not frail. Insert the fragility.
But he had
Oh,
frailties. We all saw the debate.
I do believe that Joe Biden had the capacity to be president of the United States, and I have never doubted that he had the capacity.
You can tell she has some underlying anger issues. As soon as she's made to be accountable for her own BS, she starts flipping out a little bit. Watch this.
To be president of the United States. If you want to talk about whether he had the ability to endure what a race for president of the United States would require in that political environment in 2024,
I mean, honestly, frail was too kind of a word for what Biden was during 21 and 24. Too kind, actually. They're actually being generous when they say this about Biden.
said in the book, I had concerns.
I'm just wondering, is there a reason why you won't go to that prolonged frailty question? Well, we saw the debate. We saw the difficulty he had marshalling his
I
thoughts.
have answered that question. I do not believe that
I think it's just hard watching the debate to see how there could not be a problem long term with someone who can't marshal their thoughts.
For what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look.
Oh, man. This is bad. This is horrendous. Oh, man, this is crazy. I mean, refreshing directness. It's become embarrassing to watch this nonsensical deflection from her. I don't know. She can't even answer the simple question. Thank God she's not our president. I voted for Donald Trump, to be honest with you. So, and I know a lot of people voted for Trump for the very last time in this election. I mean, for the very first time in this last election. So there's a lot of this. It's just insane, but we're going to continue with the buffoonery.
So I'm not saying his acuity
I
wasn't
talked about
present.
that in the book. I'm not shying away from that. That's why I wrote it in the book, because I do know it's a question people have.
This is just crazy. All right.
That in the book. I'm not shying away from that. That's why I wrote it in the book, because I do.
So we're going to continue on to something even more base than this. It's not regular politics, but this is going to be such a based piece of content that I'm going to add. So we're going to have also our based segment of the day as well too. This is it.
No, it's a question people have.
Let me call you back. All right.
Oh, my bad. Not the base content. This is even worse. We're going to have black exhaustion on display right now. This is just insane.
We can step out front if that's okay.
Do you have a separate office or anything like that, or is this just... Okay, can we go stuff in here? Okay, I'm Officer Torres, East Police Department, okay.
So I'm going to give you some context for this. A T-Mobile employee was arrested after being recorded transferring $400 from a customer's Cash App account to their own. The incident took place as the employee was setting up the customer's phone. This is insane. This woman, Black Fatigue Incarnate, aka now Black Exhaustion, on full display, and the officers are confronting her about using a customer's phone to transfer $400 to her own account from a Cash App.
This is Officer Johnson, okay? We're over here investigating a theft, okay, with one of your clients that you helped with a phone, okay? It's an older lady. Her name is Paula, or Paulie.
Oh, I work at a phone store, so I
Yeah, no, you're fine. I guess it was earlier today. I have to read her statement. She said that she came in here for a phone problem, saying that she cannot download any apps. Okay. She said that you told her that she has to get a brand new phone because I guess you can't put a SIM card in or some type of card to help her have more storage. So she said that she gave her your phone. She stepped outside to smoke a cigarette, and that you went through her phone, went on Cash App, and sent her $400.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. Well, do you have the picture?
Yeah. So this is what she's showing us that was on her phone from her Cash App.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you? Okay.
That's you.
All right. Confirming. This is what was sent from her phone to your Cash App.
And it shows...
Cash App.
All right, and it shows right here, Paula Tills, which is our victim, payment received.
All right.
And I didn't
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's my Cash App. Man, if you don't turn around and put your hands behind your back.
receive that.
You did. There's $400 that went to your bank account on Cash App.
I didn't even see that come in.
You're the one that did it, so I just...
I did. You can watch our camera. We have cameras in here.
This is your MO. I already looked up
She lost her job and she's going to jail over $400. That's crazy work.
your jail history. Okay? You've been arrested for, I mean, you can tell me, fraudulent use of a credit card, identity theft, all of the above. I guess the complainant gave Kayla her phone. She came out here to smoke a cigarette, the complainant, and while doing so, Kayla went on her phone, went on her Cash App, and sent her $400. Actually, more than that. $400 actually went through, and it was processed, access. I think she tried $500 another time. We looked her up on LCSO website, and this is her MO. Are you willing to send the complainant back, the victim back her money?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and do that.
That's crazy. She admitted to taking the money, and then she said, yeah, I'll send the money back. This is further admission. This is insane. This is Black Exhaustion to the max.
Hello. Mom, my car is in the bed. Okay, but so what happened? The lady say I cashed out myself, but me, my boss, and we had a store full of customers. She was standing right there the entire time. So okay, but if ain't no proof, you cashed out yourself her money. That's what she said. When all I was doing was setting up her devices. Did it show that you cashed out yourself? Yeah, it was on my cash app. Okay, well then you did that. No, I did not.
That's insane. This was worth it for the end of the video. I'm glad her mom wasn't slow. The mom said, well, you did it then. Yes, she did. Girl, stop lying. Stop with the fatigue and the exhaustion that you're adding to as this black exhaustion crisis continues in America. Now is the based footage that I talked to you about, the based segment of the day.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Now I'm just going to ask a simple question. Are women who do not follow Christianity and choose careers damned or spiritually corrupted?
No, I would never say that, you fucking psychopath.
Okay, so no. Okay, that's good. It's at least a no. So I'll give you, at least you have some.
Rachel Wilson is about to go nuclear on First Amender. This is worth it. I just couldn't wait for this segment. It's the best. It kind of warms my heart a little bit. Yes.
Something in your head there.
He
That's
is
working.
strawmanning
That's
me.
good.
He is lying,
no, I just
and
asked
need
a
to
simple
respond to
question.
that.
You said no.
Nope,
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna respond
We can move
to it.
on.
Shut your little twink mouth.
go back.
Shut your little fag twink mouth, okay?
Yeah.
Because I said...
Yes. Yes, this is badass. Oh, I gotta play that again one more time real quick. It's just too good. Too gold.
Shut your little twink mouth.
go back.
Shut your little fag twink mouth, okay? Because I said... What I said is... All right, I'll calm down.
YouTube may not allow that yet. I think they're moving in the open free speech.
Rachel's crazy. One more time, because I just have to. This is just great. I think I think he actually enjoyed it. To be honest, he was laughing at it. He took it on the chin, no homo. And also just got steamrolled in this whole debate by Rachel.
Mouth, okay? Because I said what I said is. All right, I'll calm down.
YouTube may not allow that.
One more.
yet.
I'm sorry.
Something in your head there.
I hate to put this on replay, but I just got to one more time, because I do have a debate with this guy pretty soon.
Would never say that, you fucking psychopath.
Okay, so
you
no.
absolute
Okay, that's
freak.
good. It's at least a no. So I'll give you, at least you have something in your head there.
He
That's
is
working.
strawmanning
That's
me.
good.
He is lying,
No, I just
and I
asked
need
a
to
simple
respond to
question.
that.
You said no.
Nope,
Fair enough.
I'm gonna
We
respond
can move
to it.
on.
Shut your little twink mouth.
go back.
Shut your little fag twink mouth, okay? Because I said what I said is. All right, I'll calm down.
YouTube may not allow that yet. I think they're moving in the open free speech direction.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was so worth it to get through all the black exhaustion stuff to even get to that. But unfortunately, there's more black exhaustion that I have. One last segment. Actually, there's two segments, because I was going to get to Brandon Johnson's compadre here, who's lying his ass off. Classic lying, by the way. Just crazy. We'll get to it right now.
Does Chicago have the highest murder rate of all the big cities?
Well, we are not in the top 30 in terms of our murder rate. Indeed,
the murder
our murder rate it has been cut in half over the last 4 years, and every year it's gone down by double digits. And if you look at all of the
Wait, it's gone down by double digits? If you can look, it's the highest on the screen. Wow, man, this guy's lying max. Lying 2.0. Lying plus subscription. So stupid.
All the big cities.
Well, we are not in the top 30 in terms of our murder rate. Indeed, our murder rate it has been cut in half over the last 4 years, and every year it's gone down by double digits. And if you look at all of the violent crime over the last 4 years,
here's a map.
They've all gone down.
U.S. cities, 17.47 per 100,000 population. Chicago is number one over Philadelphia, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Phoenix, Los Angeles, New York, and San Diego.
What I'm explaining to you is
I'm in Phoenix. We have what, 8.36? Chicago's leading right now. They're number one. What is he talking about?
You're
When
talking
you
about
wanna fight
violent crime.
Look, you can pull statistics up.
No,
I can
these are
too.
murders.
I'm explaining to you that our murder rate has been cut in half. And very importantly, Brett, and you got to hear this. Very importantly,
This guy's lying. Just denial. We saw the numbers right now on the screen. I can pull up numbers. We'll cite them. This is crazy.
we've been doing the things that are necessary to bring crime down, right? We've invested in community violence interruption. We've invested in police.
Yeah. If he's right and it was 34, which is outrageous, and it's now 17, they're still leading, and that's crazy. Such crazy cope. This is Brandon Johnson's compadre right here. Both of them should not be in office at all. Chicago is one of the worst. We're talking about, besides the Somali pirate and the issues happening in politics right with New York right now, with the Hamas flag being waved as American patriots are watching this go down. Of course we'd be upset. So, crazy stuff. Abe says, is this map showing wherever high black populations there is a high gun violence? I think maybe he means black. I don't know. But I don't know, actually. I can actually look that up. But this is what Fox News has, and the liberals can say, well, I'm biased with my information because I'm not showing MSNBC's polls or anything else. But this is what this is what he's being called out online for and on the air. Just craziness, right? OmniFuture says you don't reduce crime that fast at that level unless you are recategorizing the crimes as something else. Only reason why it's cut in half is because there's only half. Yeah, well, that's crazy if that's true. All right, we have one last segment of the day. I will be on Fatty's panel, Enduring More Black Exhaustion, so you don't have to. It will be about the food stamp epidemic and food stamp crisis. Here we go with the last segment of the day.
Today.
This is not
It's all
your
going
problem.
today.
Back up!
Back up, Dunce.
Back up!
Just back up.
This is not your back.
So I will explain this. This is a crazy incident. This woman owed over $1,200 for rent, or it was $1,200 or $12,000 for rent, and she's not paying up. To me, I think this is an absolute travesty. I do think that they should change renter laws in her city. This is absolutely insane and diabolical right here.
Your
No.
lease does not. You only have a right to there, so go in there. We have a right to up.
You just hit my f***ing wife. You do that again?
Back up.
You're in big.
Get
Don't
back
hit me.
up.
You back up. Get in your place. Oh, it's so f***ing neat.
Her place was filthy, as you can see. But if you think about this, I've seen a lot of TikTok videos of blacks threatening, saying, how would you feel if I run up in your house and take your groceries? This is just insane. And we're seeing this right now. If you think this is just the tip of the iceberg, it really is. This is in Washington, D.C. They really need to change their renter laws, but this is the attitude that we're dealing with right now.
Go.
Back up.
You back up.
Back up.
It's my apartment. Go in. My
Back
building.
up. And it's Camera's kitchen, everything.
Oh, good. I'm
Back
glad
up.
it is.
Back up. Can you call the police, please?
Call 911, please.
Back up.
We have a tenant who's threatening us with a bat.
Back up. Get away.
Calling the police because a tenant is threatening you with a bat is crazy. Not only is this crazy, but there is going to be an escalation coming November 1st. Not only will this be an escalation in mass, but it's going to be wrought with a lot of issues that we have in the black community. And the reason why I say the black community is because of the culture. I'm not condemning black people. What I'm doing is stating that the culture is this. This is what we have running rampant right now, which is horrible. I'm going to go ahead and restart this a little bit because this is just absolutely horrible. If you are a landlord and somebody doesn't pay you $12,000, I think you're also at fault too, because you should have just corrected it second month at least minimum. But to let it stack up to $12,000, yeah, that's owned by you too. This is crazy.
Back up. Get in your place. Oh, it's so neat.
Back
up.
up.
You back up.
Back up.
It's my apartment. Go in. My
Back
building.
up. And this camera's catching everything.
Oh, good. I'm
Back
glad
up.
it is.
Back up. Can you call the police, please?
Call 911, please.
Back up.
We have a tenant who's threatening us with a bat.
Back up. Get away from me.
You back up. Go in the apartment.
Get away from me.
No. You go in your apartment.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is just crazy. What say you guys? What do you guys think? This is my first episode as far as this new segment and everything else. I think that this will get worse in America. I don't think it'll be better unless blacks can be held accountable by holding other blacks accountable too. Because when whites hold blacks accountable, this is just bad. They're called racist, radicals, KKK members, oppressive, all this. It's crazy. Even me as a black person calling out another black person, like I said, I must hate my mom. I must hate my skin color, all this. Just ridiculous. So these are the shadows of strain in America. When black fatigue meets EBT, we have a lot of issues. So welcome to our closing segments on the Edge. And welcome, by the way, as the federal government shutdown stretches into its third week, we're confronting a raw fracture in the American fabric, the collision of black fatigue, and the impending EBT cliff. For millions relying on SNAP benefits, tomorrow marks not just a date, but a breaking point in America. The backlash is building slowly. Threats of retaliation that lay bare decades of exhaustion that we've dealt with that have now turned into more than just black fatigue that we're dealing with in America. Let's start with the facts, people. Due to the funding freeze, November SNAP disbursements could halt as early as November 1st. I mean, I'm saying could because I'm being really charitable here. Affecting over 42 million recipients nationwide. This is on nygov.com as well, too. This isn't a glitch like the August outage that left carts abandoned in Walmarts from coast to coast. It's systemic. Systemic of black exhaustion. No appropriations means no payouts. Hitting hardest in black and brown communities where food insecurity already runs 3 times the national average, although people are saying, no, whites are on them the most. Well, who's threatening the most on social media that they will cause harm if food stamps run out? It's the black community. And I think that we have to police our own selves. I think that when that black woman stood up and engaged in Brandon Johnson's faulty rhetoric, we need more black people stepping up against this because this is insane. Liberals will only like white people unless they're gay, to be honest. Let's be honest here. Because if you're conservative, they're not going to like you. Liberals only like black liberals because black conservatives, they call me coon and everything else in the book. It's crazy. My own community will hate me too if I hold them accountable. Imagine parents skipping meals to feed kids, pantries overwhelmed, and lines at food banks stretching into the night. We've seen echoes in past disruptions. The April vendor switch in Massachusetts that blacked out carts for 13 hours. This led to mass panic. This is just barely a glimpse of what we're going to see in November. Or the main transition that silenced swipes for a full weekend. But this could cascade into weeks. Now layer on black fatigue, which is now black exhaustion on everything else, a term that's involved from a cry of endurance to weaponized punchline now. Justified, I think, in my opinion. Originally, it's described the soul-crushing toll of microaggressions. The daily calculus of proving your humanity among slights, stereotypes, and systemic barriers and barriers. Mary Frances Winters coined it in her 2020 book as an erosion of the mind, body, and spirit from relentless issues that we've had in our society. But hypertension spikes, sleepless nights, and the hypervigilance that Black Americans carry like an invisible load, so they will say. I think that right now, Black fatigue is the issue in America right now, a massive issue. What starts with exhaustion, according to their ingestion, flips into means of Black with fatigue and demands. So to me, I think that we have issues right now that we need to address. So critics call it extortion, pay up or we'll burn it down. Defenders see survival, kids hungry, system failing, a retaliation born of betrayal. So this is what we deal with: EBT, fatigue, reparations, and Saturday. This is going to happen. And even Black people will say it's messy. This got us looking hella bad. White folks get EBT too, they say. This isn't entertainment, it's a flare-up of deeper wounds. Black fatigue isn't new. It's the residue of other issues that we had. Blacks not addressing other issues, and more. The Democrats will hold the line on this shutdown. They voted no on a lot of issues. So, as the clock ticks towards midnight, one truth lingers. Fatigue and exhaustion from the Black community, unjustified, ferments into fury. Will the Black community wake up, or will tomorrow's empty shelves echo louder than any tweet that we will ever have? And that's On the Edge for tonight. We stay vigilant, stay human, and good day to you all. That ends for this week's episode of On the Edge of America. So, you guys take care. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully, God bless America. Hopefully, Lord have mercy where we're going. Saturday is going to be a crazy day for everybody. So we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and glance over at the chat. Let me be a little bit charitable before I go. Not one step back, Pumpkinhead says. Yes. Thank you. Great episode. Energy Productions coming along. Well, yes, I'm going to work on it. It's going to be better. We're going to get this even better. As my skit, you know what? I'm the only one doing the editing in all the other clips and everything for what I'm doing. So I'm just a one-man band here, man. I don't have an editor or anything. I have to do all this by myself. But yes, Red Door Woman says I'm the poorest reservation in the U.S. When I left the res, I never wanted government assistance for anything. Yes. That's because the government that could feed you can also turn around and starve you too, as seen coming Saturday. This is crazy. Yes, later, guys, Christ is indeed God. Christ is God, but that ends another episode, and I will bid you guys adieu. Appreciate you guys and love you guys for your support. May conservatism reign supreme, and Christ is God.